Man, always here early. Do I have the keys to the arena or something? Well, we don't have an intro. I accidentally skipped the intro. So, no intro to this game as we host the biggest opponent of the whole season right here. I think this is our final head-to-head game with the Washington Capitals, a final opportunity to stick 2 points to these guys. We didn't do that up in Washington. Just a few games back, we played the Washington Capitals in their building. I was in that game. I started that game, and it didn't go too well for us. Yeah, handed them an easy 2 points that could be vital down the road. A vital save early on Lindholm. Boy, does this Capitals first line. They never know how to stop. They never know when to stop. And all I need to do is know to stop the puck. That's my job. I have to stop the first line. Konechny possesses it. Up to Lindholm, and what'd you know it? Another shot and a save on Elias Lindholm, the former Hurricane. There are no easy games and no easy tasks when it comes to playing this Washington team. Nothing comes easy. So we got these two teams are currently fighting it out for who has the right to claim the Metropolitan Division. That's how big this head-to-head matchup is. And I could even see these two teams possibly meeting up in the playoffs. And what a series that would be. It would come down to a very tight series. Could be a 7-gamer. Oh, what a good look on Samsonov. So we know we got Ilya Samsonov in the goal crease, and there are the numbers as we compare to him. It's not really that fair of a comparison. It's a human goalie versus an AI robot goalie, and Samsonov's looking like a robot early on so far. As for me, I'm just looking to keep up my tremendous efforts in the net. It's looked like it's come easy lately. Really, it has. It's been anything but. Well, we played, as in the game world, we played just a night ago. As this is back-to-back games, I thought the puck would be dumped in there, but we're playing on back-to-back games, and that's back-to-back starts for us. And we didn't have a huge workload in New Jersey. But that being said, even though we've been playing very splendid in the goal crease, nothing has come easy. Nothing's going to come easy because we're playing the Washington Capitals, and we got to face Alex Ovechkin. It's in front. What a rejection on number 29, Elias Lindholm. And boy, does this play deserve a second look. Ovi trying to go through two defensemen. Throws it across. We get a paddle on that. And then Elias Lindholm with the grab behind his back, and he throws it right on the pad. A nice, timely save early on. We could be looking at a thumbnail right there. Well, that definitely gets me started early into this game. Konechny's chance missing the blocker's side is going to roll to me, and I might as well just cover this up and allow my guys to get a reset. And I need a reset as well, myself, mentally, just to be fully prepared. It's always a sight to my sore eyes when Ovechkin and the first line are not on the ice to start a face-off or a zone possession, because it means that's one less hectic thing for me to have to worry about. I mean, this Washington, their entire offense, it stems around Ovechkin, Lindholm, Konechny. The first line is their go-to guys. Is their go-to group. They hinge off of that first line to produce and provide offense for them. I mean, you got the best goal scorer in the world, in the league, in the entire world. And then you got Elias Lindholm, who in this game world is just great. Not that he's not in real life, but he is excellent at creating with Ovechkin. We've witnessed this firsthand against Washington when we played them this season. And now Gauthier, a dump in for the Capitals. We will play it very calmly and steady right around the glass. Look at that. The Caps changing, so that allowed myself to get to Mikheyev, who just got body slammed and right back to his feet. And now Tom Wilson goes all the way around the defense just to rim it around. We play Wilson's dump in, and no one really getting open for me. I got to do my best efforts, and it just does get to the stick of Mikheyev. The Caps trapping up the neutral zone. It's led to a turnover. Tom Wilson to Janssen. Just let me see the shot. We end up with it on the pad. The Capitals have gone into a trap style of play, imitating ourselves. Well, they say imitation is the best form of flattery. Maybe the Capitals just want to be like us. You know, that is a textbook strategy for our team to employ. It's a Coach LaBelle thing. I mean, I've noticed that a lot of the AI teams in general, they just tend to fall back to that trap, especially when they get a lead. I don't know, I just would like to see more variety in terms of strategies and the kind of neutral zone play that the AIs employ, because it does get stale from time to time. And we're going to score before the period can end. Jonathan Drouin, it was on a cross-seam feed. You see the reception, you see the fire release into the top corner. And with 3 seconds, it was 4 seconds before the face-off, but with 3 seconds left, we take the lead. And that should deflate the Capitals' spirits as we go into the first intermission. Well, that's one period. We kept the Caps scoreless. They nearly did keep us scoreless as well, but a 3 seconds if you want to go by what the game clock said before the center ice face-off to end the period, said, depending on that, but we got a goal right at the tail end of the period, the literal tail end of the period, and we're looking for a little bit more. Now Matthias Ekholm, the defenseman for the Washington Capitals. Oh, it ends up on the stick of Ovi. That's a dangerous chance right in the prime slot area. There are many places you want to see an Ovechkin shot come from. The slot is probably the worst of them all. He has the greatest amount of net to shoot on. Natchez over to Svechnikov, and he rings iron, and in a good way as it goes into the net. And we're going to see it, the great angle of this, the reception. Do we see it hit the post, or is it crossbar? I think it's post. It is post. Is this game starting to break down a little bit for the Capitals? Svech hits 47 on the year, so another goal closer to 50. I don't know where that is in league standings, but it's got to be amongst the best. I mean, you can't tell me that's not close. And is this going to be another drive the corner, pass the puck off? It's Tom Wilson. He's just ragging the puck for a second here. Carlson loses it. It's rolled into me. That was a bit sketchy. Fed ahead to Wilson. This is Tom Wilson again to Janssen across the Domi. We get over just in the matter of time. Such great creative passing by the Capitals. Janssen sets up Domi. Backdoor. We just get there in the nick of time to make a blocker save on Max Domi. I'm assuming that's the Capitals' second line that we just faced and shut down, of course. And so do they have two really good lines that can go here? Lindholm with possession, so the Caps are in the midst of a change, and that means the first line is in the process of getting back out here. Ovechkin save, short side, just cover it and take a deep sigh of relief. First line remains out there for this draw. We don't have our first line out here with Seth Jarvis centering. I don't even know. I think this is the third line for us. I'm not even sure. An offside play. To make matters more interesting, we don't have our first pairing defense out here either. We are running Lindell and Ethan Baird. Lindell pretty good for us, though. In his own right, he's been pretty solid. A rink-wide feed received by Ovechkin. Lindholm gets demolition derbied. And we got an Ovechkin dump in. Actually, I thought that was coming down behind the net, and it got pinned along the boards. We've got more physical contact going on down here. Drouin taking a short run. Takes a run at Ovechkin. He actually got a decent piece of him. Ovechkin is a hard object to move. Let's just put it that way. Starting to feel a little bit like a playoff game now, which is, I guess it's a good thing. If you're in a red jersey, don't get injured. That's the only thing that I have to say. Oh my. Samsonov has to do the snow angel, and he does keep it out. And you see the league standings 3rd and 6th. And of course, I mean, this is a Washington team that, like I said, they have the first line ability that they have. They're never truly out of a game, even down by 3 goals. They're not out of this game by a long shot, down only by 2 goals. We gotta keep our head in this thing. And you, of course, notice we're in the reverse retro jerseys. Will be the last time this season that we wear these things. I don't really want to call these jerseys a beauty. They're not ugly, but they're just, I mentioned it in a previous episode that these are some of the least creative reverse retro designs they could have gone for. Centering feed, and we stay on top of that. Those low to high feeds are some of the toughest because of just the adjustment that you have to make as a goalie. Just the way that I've been playing as of late. If I'm not qualified to start a playoff game, then I don't know what kind of expectations you set for your goaltenders, but whatever it is, you're just ridiculous at this point. Konechny, and that is a nice controlled save. When it comes to stopping this first line, cannot give up rebounds. The first thing is make the first save, and when and where we can, do not give up a rebound. I mean, if you're going to give up a rebound, put it in the corner. That's the main thing. I preach that all the time. Put it in the corner. Put it out of harm's way. And with 13.6 seconds to go, do we have another late period goal in us? Is Jonathan Drouin out there? He is. He's actually the man pushing the issue on the forecheck on Konechny. I don't think we're going to get a shot away. We can confirm. Lindholm from center, and he holds on to it as the period expires right there. Well, so far, so good. Much like the U2 song, it is a beautiful day. It has been so far. There is one period left. I can't believe we have kept the Caps scoreless through 2 periods of play, but I'm going to remain optimistic, but I'm not going to get too carried away. We have a penalty coming up against Washington. This is just the opposite of what the Capitals needed to do. It almost looked like the penalty would be against Carolina. I mean, I'm happy to take the power play. It just looks like the contact was initiated by the Hurricanes player rather than Konechny, and the Capitals are not dumping it. I guess that makes some sense, being that you're down 2, but it's early in the third period. The AI teams really go aggressive with this, going for a shorthanded thing. I'm just going to play that out. We have the man advantage. Now, we don't necessarily have to strike on this man advantage, but it would make me sit a lot more comfortably as that rebound kicked off the end boards behind the net, and we've got a second penalty that's been called. It is against Washington. And Zhamnov, his undisciplinedness, if that's a word, is going to put Washington down 2 men. I mean, this could have been a better start to the third period for us. We got Washington to take 2 penalties. They put us on a 5-on-3 advantage. We can add even more insurance, and I get to just kind of relax in my goal crease, at least for a couple of minutes. Does OV kill penalties? That becomes my next question. Does Alex Ovechkin kill penalties? Do we have to worry about that? And they are going to go aggressive, but they'll just gain the red line and dump it in with the 5-on-3. I was about to say, you're down 2 guys in the penalty box, and you're going to go really aggressive for it shorthanded. And it's dumped in, fed behind the net. We're going to try to just rim it. And D'Angelo kind of interrupted that process because I was trying to get it to Andrei Svechnikov. But we have possession. It doesn't really matter that much. D'Angelo intercepted by Konechny. Will Konechny dump it in? No, he just does a stride deke, and he's going to shoot through the screen, the legs of D'Angelo. And then D'Angelo turned into a human bowling pin over there in the corner. Very playoff-like atmosphere to this game. There is definitely an aggressive edge to this, as I guess both teams know the importance of this game. This game has multiple levels of importance for me, and I can go over them. One of them is the team. As a team, we need to win. That's an excellent backdoor save. As a team, we need to win. We need the 2 points in the head-to-head, preferably in regulation. We're en route to doing that. And then on a personal note, I need really good numbers to end this season, so this game is kind of helping that along. But, of course, we got 13 and a half minutes to play. And we got a certain 0 on the board. That's about as much as I can say right now. When you have the thing going that shall not be said, you're trying to tick away. Oh, my goodness. And it gets poked back into me. I get a break of all breaks. When you're doing the thing that shall not be said, the minutes tick away really slowly, and you're just watching it just 1 minute at a time. And right now, 11 minutes feels like eternity. I know that the whole this much time feels like eternity is kind of a cliche thing, but it really does. When you just want the game to end more than ever right now, that the 10 minutes that remains feels like it's going to take forever. Meyer from the corner, give and go. A lot of give and go passing. Saved with the glove off of Samsonov. It got loose in there and sprung back on. Samsonov will cover. The pull up, shooting, rolls away to the stick of Lindell. It's going to be some funny bounce, isn't it? It's going to be an odd play. It's going to be a defensive zone mistake. It's going to be something. that just screws me over in this game. Oh, blocked away. Samsonov doing a bit of a freak out in the goal crease. See if Konechny dumps this in. No, he hands it over to Ovechkin. Of course he would. Ovechkin. We robbed him. What a save on Lindholm on the other side. Pulling up at the last moment. Oh, he dropped it off. Lindholm picks it up out of the scrum. We reach with the reach of all reaches and make a spectacular glove save. I'm just dreaming about not being scored on in the last 4.5 minutes. We got more work to do. Lindholm, that's a floater. And we just dangerously handed that to the defenseman. Now, I want you guys to just possess the puck down there for the rest of the game. That's obviously not going to happen. And Ovechkin, guaranteed, is going to have it. He's going to pull up, drop it back, gets it back in the process. Deep sigh of relief right now. 3 minutes. 3 minutes feels like a whole period right now. Man, if we can hold on and do this against a big divisional opponent, I will be sweating out of my eyeballs. Oh my God, seek and destroy right by the blue line. Passes off, they missed the net. That may have just saved it. The net is empty for Washington as well. Do we hit the empty netter? Meyer from a long range missed it. I don't care, you can keep it board played down there. Meyer off a Caps player, bounces back into the same corner. A diving, scrambling block play. I thought a penalty may have been coming there and into the empty net. Ryan Graves scores his second goal on the season. Well, you can go ahead and head to those exits. I'm ready to head to the exit that is the Hurricanes bench door so I can get off the ice because the game's ended. Oh, I have never been more ready for a game to end than this one. Just this last 31.4. We learned against St. Louis. We learned a game is never over even in the last. Oh my goodness, do not give up a breakaway right here in the dying moments of this game. Yeah, you remember here in season 4, earlier in the year, we played a game up in St. Louis. We would have had back-to-back shutouts. I'm just going to say the word because I think we're going to pull this off. We are going to get our 4th shutout of the season on home ice. Have all of them come on home? I think all of them have come on home ice. This one against the Washington Capitals, our big divisional opponent, the team leading the division at the moment, and we're just catching ever closer to these guys. And the Storm surge after a shutout. It doesn't get any better than this, does it? You always remember your first shutout, but I'm going to go ahead and say I think that was the best shutout of the whole season just because of the implications of this game and the fact that it was against a divisional opponent. It was against Ovi and the Caps. That plus 40 in the line score is earned, deserved, and we didn't have a huge workload. 17 shots faced, 17 saves, but there were some decent chances in there, and we had to shut down that first line. We did exactly that, and boy, do we just keep on a rolling. We got to keep this hot play up into the next game and each and every game until the season's end. You feel that not achieving what you set out to do for the game is concerning, even though you played well. Don't allow opposing Calder Canada to score a point next game. They didn't even score a goal. It's just more proof that the reporters around here, they don't watch the games. They don't pay any attention. Or maybe they're from an alternate universe and they've time traveled back here. I have no idea what's going on anymore. The shutout record should be pretty easy. Just another night in the office for me. Well, reporter Trent Commodore, if that even is your real name, it's nice to see you back in the correct universe. Max, we've been hot lately. We need to keep this momentum going. Well, yes, Coach LaBelle, I have been hot, and don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? You know you do. You know you do, Coach LaBelle. We're coming into this game off of a shutout over the Washington Capitals, and has that proven to be an ever important tilt in the season on the stretch down to the last week or so of the season here. We're getting close. Regular season's almost done. Playoffs are right in front of us. And of course, speaking of playoffs, we've closed in on the division lead over the Washington Capitals. We currently have that lead with a game in hand right now as things stand. But we're on the road here in Montreal, Atlantic Division opponent, trying to keep doing what we did in the last game. I still cannot believe it that we got off to the flying start that we did over the Washington Capitals. a division opponent. That was a big game for the team, a big game for me. What we do in this last stretch of the season means everything because we got to boost the line score. That's the only thing that really matters as far as I'm concerned. Oh, what a save. And we're going to hold it right here. We're right there. We're not far off from 900. We're right there. When Season 4 started, could we have even envisioned this happening? Could we have envisioned ourselves doing the things that we've done in Season 4? We've had our ups. We've had our downs. We've had a few downs, stretches of play. Wright hits the post, Shane Wright. But the large majority of Season 4 has been a lot of ups. It's been a very positive season with a lot of things going in my favor right now. The team in front of me has collected themselves in the last stretch of the last couple of weeks here in March leading into April. Going from March leading into April. I believe we're in April right now. Just started the month of April, which is the last month of the season. As a whole unit, as a whole team, we've just picked up our play at the right time. We're catching the division leader, Washington Capitals, who were in full control, really, at the top of the division for the majority of the season. It seemed like it would be very difficult to catch these guys, but we've gotten on a roll, and our timing really couldn't be better. It couldn't be any better timing, and I'm just glad we got the bad play out of the way earlier in the season when we did. My turning point was really the trade deadline. That was the turning point. It's given us a glimpse into what is truly possible from myself, from the lineup that we have playing in front of us. This team could go on to win the cup. We could do it. That's going to roll into me. I believe it. I believe we have a good enough roster to do what's necessary to do some damage in the playoffs. The Canadians are trapping the neutral ice. Romanov will dump this in. We're going to play it carefully behind the net. Right up the boards around the glass, but no one's there. Shane Wright is the only player there. And we got a lucky break. It got poked back to center. But again, Shane Wright off to Brendan Gallagher. Shooting, yes, blocker save. Shane Wright will hustle it along the boards. The pullback, the pass into the slot. We reject it, rebound control. My main concern is just boosting the line score because that's the only thing that I have full control over. I have control over how high that line score goes by just having really good games in the net. And if we can do what we did in the last game against Washington, even though the workload was not that high, if we could just pull that off on a more consistent basis, that line score is going to jump. And look at Lindell. He not only did he body him, but he boxed him out basically to get possession of the puck as he was laying on the ice, never allowed him to get back to his feet. And once again, Johansson. Pull back in the left circle, interrupted by Mikheyev coming in on the back check. That little swooping in play has also allowed us to transition it. We just missed the net on the shot from Mikheyev. He went from one end to the other. I have grinded through so many seasons of this career mode, and this is the fruits of our labor. We're finally starting to reap the rewards of just sticking with it. I'm like a little seed in the ground. I had to be planted. I've had to slowly sprout before I can start blooming, but I've been blooming here in Season 4, and I mean, this is the season. I can feel that this is the season. We are going to make the playoffs as a team. We should make the playoffs. Whether I'm the guy starting in net, that's a question that remains to be answered. But we're going to be a playoff team. If I start those playoff games, I have full confidence in everyone in front of me, in the kind of group that we have together, that we can do massive things. We've got a delayed penalty coming up at the end of the period here. It's going to be 2 minutes, a minor penalty for slashing Jonathan Drouin, a former Canadian himself. So 15 seconds, just a minor penalty to kill off for about 15 seconds. Caswell starts the power play off nicely for the Canadians right off the face-off. That should be the end of the period, and we won't have to deal with anything else until we come out of the dressing room to start period 2. So that'll be it for right now. Bit of a chance to catch our breath. Not that I've had a huge workload so far. We come out to start the second period. Like I mentioned on the penalty kill, cannot allow the Canadians to set much up. Shane Wright right away, drop past to Suzuki over to Forsberg, and I think I caught a slim break there as it bounced off my teammate into me. Really beautiful work by the AI team here. Drive the net, back off the defense, and then to drop pass, couple of drop passes to create this opportunity for Forsberg. Of course, it's not much of an opportunity because it does get blocked. Yeah, we're going to see a lot more out of Philip Forsberg and the first power play unit there. Their best player on this unit has to be Philip Forsberg. Always dangerous in this universe. I mean, they've got some really good players here. Suzuki combined with Caulfield, Wright, Ford. Yeah, this is just a really good offensive unit for the Canadians. Wright passed off to Suzuki. We readjust just nicely in time to make a save. Puck rimmed up the boards. Caulfield has kept it in. That from the point rejected aside for now. And the Canadians, their pressure on the forecheck has allowed their power play to keep it in, working it, shot into bodies in front. It's kind of outlandish how good this Habs power play is. They continue to go to work. Shane Wright, always dangerous. Remember, this guy, he has the capability to score on me at great will. We've seen that in past seasons in the career mode. Passed off to Forsberg. Dropped again to Suzuki. The drop passes are out of this world right now. New lesson. Do not take penalties because we can't afford to keep putting this Habs power play to work. They missed the net. I caught a break. They went for the glove side and completely shot it wide. That is the break of all breaks. Well, Shane Wright gains his own entry. This is where the drop passes have been coming. Drive it and then drop it into a soft area in our defense. And then Suzuki, it rolls off the twig. So we kind of got a break on that. We still had to get a pad in the way. And then their forechecking pressure keeps us hemmed in. And they get possession again, dug out by Wright. Suzuki, this is where I thought they were going to score. Look at this. He baited me completely with this short side attempt. And then at the last moment, the pass to Forsberg, the miss just wide of that post. I thought that was going in for certain. And then they go back to the point, working it in from the half wall, right backdoor attempt, and we deny that, and we get it out. That sequence came at 5-on-5, so that was not even a power play sequence, which I think is going to show just how tough this Habs offense is going to be to keep off the score sheet. I don't think we've encountered an AI team that drops the pass off the rush like the Habs do. I don't think I've ever seen that from an AI team. Very creative so far. Mysak and a rejection by Natchez. We got Lick Mysak out there. It feels like the tide is in favor right now of the Montreal Canadiens. We got to turn it around, start playing in the attacking zone more often. Here we go. Another one lugged up the ice. Who is this? This is Forsberg, not Shane Wright. I have a feeling you're going to see number 13 carry that puck across the blue line a lot tonight. He tried there. Another attempt rejected. Big hit at center ice. Sent backwards and all the way back behind the red line and going on a line change. I think that was Timo Meier. Got Cole Caulfield here trying to dangle around Graves. Good luck around that big body. Kotkaniemi rebound, and it's put in. Nishushkin. It hit the post, and he put it right back in off the foot, I believe. Those guys are coming out of the boards to celebrate with Nishushkin as the puck hit the post, and he put it right back in off the pad or the skate of Vanacek. So a very creative way to score your, I don't know what goal of the season that is for Nishushkin. That is his 24th. So what a way to get your 24th and the first one in the game. The Hurricanes now have a lead to play behind. I have a lead to play behind. Save on Shane Wright. That one may have been also a save. Shane Wright cleverly using Josh Morrissey as a bit of a screen in front, right through the wickets as well. We have to make the blocker save. Then Caswell gets right to the rebound that we just left out. And we do. We make a save on this. This is a blocker save, I believe. It looks to be that way anyway. They came very close to knotting this up at 1. What a pass to find Mikheyev through the split in the defense, and Vanacek has to lay back to keep the puck from going anywhere near the goal line. Got what I believe to be our third line out here. Josh Morrissey with a juice missile over the net. Jarvis shoots it on, and it's blocked off, and Vanacek playing it over to Romanov to get the breakout going the other way for the Habs. Caswell receives the breakout pass off the rush. Drop pass unintentionally looked like, but another drop pass. That was flung in. What a weird play. Here's Sanheim receiving what I believe to be not an intentional drop pass. And does it get poked? It gets flung back in. That's my own teammate that threw that back in on me. Shane Wright loads it up again for the offense. Saucer pass across the rink. This Habs offense is one of the most surprisingly creative, or maybe unsurprisingly, depending on what your expectations are of the players on this Habs roster, but they're one of the most creative offenses I've encountered in this game. And we've drawn a penalty, so we're going to go right to a power play. This will be our first opportunity on the man advantage as Jan Mysak goes to the box. See Mysak taking liberties with that stick. We can further our advantage with our first power play. Achari, I assume Achari will dump this in. He does gain the red line, dump it in, slow it down, and then softly fling that right along to Druin. We put him in a tough spot. So the power play will gain the zone. Look at the speed of Druin. The one-timer finds Meyer, but a save by Vanacek. Meyer regains and collects possession for a brief moment. It allowed us to get a shot from the point, and that's all that Vanacek is going to see for right now. Oh, we've got another penalty coming up off this face-off. I don't know what it is. It's another slash. So Travis Sanheim, with the undisciplinedness, is going to put the Habs in a tough spot. This is a 5-on-3 coming up as the period is getting closer to an end. This is going to be a long 5-on-3. It's 1 minute and 20 seconds of two-man advantage. No reason we can't make do with the opportunity that is in front of us. A big save by Vanacek put it out of play. You cannot be spared from this Hurricanes power play. We have two really good units as well. Svech is out there. Something to note, we know how good he is at finishing offensive plays off with a goal. So I think this will be available for us to play. We stop it ahead of the goal line, and we're going to throw it out there and just hope someone has ended up with possession in a white jersey. We do have it. I can confirm. Meyer shoots on, rebound, second chance. Ran out of space with a one-timer off the mask of Vanacek. So maybe we've got Vanacek's ears ringing. We've drawn a penalty, so this will be a third consecutive penalty for the Canadiens. While they're down by 2 men, you're not going to be able to fit another Habs player in that box. You take another penalty. Artem Zub. Was this also 3 straight slashing penalties as well? The Canadiens have to rebrand themselves as the hash-slinging slashers now. It's in the rules, and I don't make the rules. It's just how it goes. You got 3 straight slashing penalties, and we're going to play this. I could have just left that for D'Angelo. Probably took way more time playing that and then passing it to him. But anyway, I don't care. We have possession. It doesn't matter. Andrei Svechnikov getting close to 50 goals at this point in his career in the season. Would be nice to see him achieve that. Up to Dylan Larkin. The captain, D-Boss, drives the corner, drop pass to Natchez. It's loose and available. I think Svechnikov was the man that could have played that. The Habs have not dumped it in. Achari, in fact, is going to go for it shorthanded. We make the save. That was an aggressive save. I don't need to be making these saves shorthanded. We got a 5-on... Well, it's a 5-on-4 now. It's not a 5-on-3 any longer. But I don't care what it is. We shouldn't be giving up shorthanded opportunities to the opposing teams here. Svech with the net drive. Andrei Svechnikov, as the power play is done, it has expired, and Vanacek will take a whistle that will allow the Habs to get a fresh change of bodies on the ice. I'm not sure what line. I think this is our first line. We keep our first line out here. Svechnikov shoots and scores. There it is, number 48 on the season. I knew he was close to 50. He's still too shy of that mark. But another goal closer. What a season this guy has had. Maybe you might be able to pencil him in for the Richard Trophy. He'll be in the conversation, no doubt. I have a feeling he'll be in the Richard Trophy conversation. Unless somebody is scoring at a way more ridiculous pace than that, he should be in the conversation. Final 10 seconds, under 10 seconds to go. Caswell pulls up, and we make the save. We'll spit it out to get the period over and done with. And just one more to go. We know what's at stake here. 20 minutes. There's a lot at stake in this 20 minutes. This is actually making me nervous because we know what we did in the last game against Washington. We know what we have on the table for this game right now. And it has to do with the score. There's nothing more to be said about it. It has everything to do with the score and whether or not the puck ends up in the back of my net. I've never done this back-to-back, ever, in any attempt at this in a career mode. Anytime we're coming off of one, I've never done it back-to-back. It's so difficult to just get one. And to do it back-to-back, that would be special. But I got a lot of things on my mind. I've got a lot of potential scoring opportunities that I have to deny. I have work to do in the goal crease for another 17 or so minutes now. Rebound, Svechnikov scores on the rebound. So he's got his second goal in the game. Could you imagine it? He's 1 away from 50. If he can get the hat trick, he would have 50 goals in this game. So let's hope he can get an empty netter or something. He could get 50 on the season. There's the rebound. And speaking of being in the conversation, Martin Necas is in the conversation for the Art Ross Trophy. Wouldn't it be nice to see some of our great offensive talents be rewarded at the end of the season by winning some accolades? We've taken a penalty, so this is going to put me in a very difficult spot. That Habs fan is feeling it. He's yawning. So Meyer gets the stick entangled in someone's skates. It's Philip Forsberg's skates. This could be bad. This could be real bad because now we know the danger that is this Canadiens power play. We've seen it firsthand. And, well, that's 2 more minutes of scoring opportunities that I have to shut down. This is going to be far from easy. Suzuki does Forsberg. And again, my defense, they need to just keep doing this the whole rest of the game, not just for the penalty kill. But the whole game, you can play like that. And I can get out of here with the goose egg. I want this so bad. I want this so bad. I want to do this so bad. I want to pull this off. You don't even know what it would mean to me. Not only that, but the line score. Imagine what we could do if we could finish this game just the way it is. That shot mailed over the net by Shane Wright. Morrissey's just got to get it clear. That's a very dangerous way to make the clear. I'm devoted to stopping the puck right now, and I have to stay devoted for the rest of the game. Morrissey, a helpful block. I think we're going to get through this penalty kill. That could have been a charge down on the other end of the ice, so I think we've gotten away with that. Another drop pass to find Forsberg. This is the Canadiens in their drop passes. We make the save. Looked like with the glove. It's behind the net. Suzuki back to the point, fed on, and we're going to just hold it right here. I've seen way too much. Another drop pass, and then a one-timer, I think, came right after this. There it is, and the glove was an answer to my prayers off of Provorov's shot. Oh, no. Oh, this hits us in the shoulder, actually. This is a shoulder save, not even a glove save. That is miraculous because if it is inches from going in the back of the net. You see it hit the logo on the shoulder, pop up behind the net, and then that wasn't all. I think Suzuki won this out and then fed it back to the point. We had to make a save on a slap shot, which, to be fair, pretty routine save from that far out in that angle from Provorov right into the glove. I'm going to have to earn this if I want to pull this off. I really am going to have to earn this. Blocked in front. Wright recollects. Gallagher a save. That required a very quick and sudden adjustment. Quick and sudden being basically the same thing. I want to be a superstar in the net. I want to sell jerseys. My jersey sales are going to be going through the roof. We keep making saves like this. Habs have to persevere to get it over the blue line. They did briefly, but no longer will possess it. Timo Meier. A toe drag. Larkin, we're trying drop passes now. And can we be as successful as they've been with the drop passes? Montreal has been very good with the drop passes. It's kind of caught our defensive play out. Achari. Oh, Dylan Larkin got thrashed a little bit at the blue line as he got forced into dumping it in. Suzuki will pass up to Caulfield. Cole Caulfield to Forsberg. Rolls wide. We just slide over in the butterfly in case we have to turn it away. Timo Meier at the neutral zone. Larkin has been thrashed for a second time. We've got to start looking after our captain. He's taken a beating in the last couple of possessions. A save, and we just swallow this one up. Hey, Coach LaBelle, listen, if I get a back-to-back, we have to take a team trip to Hooters. If there even is a Hooters in Quebec, here in Montreal, if there isn't, someone should establish one. It's a tradition, annual team tradition, and this team has got to stick with its traditions. It's where we'll bring the Stanley Cup if we win it. We already know where the Stanley Cup's going, should we win it. And we're going to get a power play out of something. I don't know what's going on by the boards because it was not in frame. It's Philip Forsberg. But we know what we want, and we want it now. Hooters. I mean, a power play. We're going to get a power play. We want a power play. Well, if I get a bit of a reprieve from the Montreal offense as they have to kill one off. Maybe not. Actually, they're going to go shorthanded aggressively for some offensive opportunity. Oh, my goodness. Achari, it rolled into me. After all the saves I've made in this game, what a letdown that would be to let that go trickle over the goal line in the fashion that puck would have trickled over the goal line had I not gotten a pad in the way. This has not been the rest I expected it to be, this power play. the personal rest, will try to get it up a headman pass, finding Nieto, and he's got to burst his speed over to, I don't know if that's Caulfield. We made a save on it no matter what. No, that's Gallagher. To be fair, Gallagher and Caulfield are basically almost the same size, or at least in the game they look the same size. They don't wear the same number. We'll play the dump in, and 360 it just to rim it around the glass right to Timo Meier. Just 4 minutes and 30 seconds. That's all we got to do. We got 30 seconds of power play time right now. I'm going to be watching the clock intently for this last 4.5. And, you know, there's no guarantees here, but I think we can do this. I have to believe we can do this. We left that rebound off of Gaudet's shot. And the D had cleaned up the rebound. We have an offensive opportunity off of all that. Oh, my goodness. Svechnikov goes inside out. That's a hat trick. And that is 50 goals on the season. He actually freaking did it. I can't believe it. The hat trick to score his 50th. What a way to do it. And also, there's just the style. What is the D doing? They just stood there and watched that. I guess they were just as amazed as I was. The fans are going to boo the Habs right off the ice surface tonight. They have brought out the Boo Birds 50 on the year. One more time, just a reminder, in case you didn't hear me the first time. Andrei Svechnikov, 50-goal man. Could hit 55. I don't know if 60 is a possibility with about a week left in the season, but oh my, Shane Wright pulled up. We did not play the correct angle. That hit the post. A gracious bounce. This almost ended it right here. This nearly ended it. That shot by Wright just grazing the outside of the red post. Just a minute and a half. Not out of the woods yet. This is Brendan Gallagher dropping it for Shane Wright. See if the Habs can find a way. They're going to have to go wide around the blue line to make the entry work. And then, oh, no, please. Oh, my goodness. With the post from Shane Wright and then the one poked in by Gallagher. I can't let this end right here. My nerves are absolutely shot. I can't tell you, I want this so bad. And that hits the post. My nerves are going to be shattered by the end of the game. Another lucky break off the goal post. We got to start playing in their end. And suddenly this game's getting real dicey as Suzuki grazes the outside of the post as well. The same post. I can tell you right now, if we can find a way to do it, save on Forsberg. If we can find a way to do it, we're taking that post to dinner with us. We'll take the whole net. And we'll just we'll walk out of the Bell Center with the net. Walk into Hooters. Strut right in there and with a whole net. And they'll be like, what are you doing with the net? Well, the net saved my life tonight on 2 occasions, the goalpost specifically. And the puck hasn't seen the back of it so far with 15 seconds left. 14.8. I'm feeling really good about this. How are we feeling about this? 14.8 seconds. And a backdoor goal to Martin H. We are just pouring it on. That goal is not necessary. The Habs fans are going to have a vendetta on Martin H. now for scoring the 5th one of the game. And also, I just realized Carey Price has taken over for Vanacek. No point in doing that. 12.8. We're so close. I'm going to be critically acclaimed in Raleigh after these last 2 games. Amazing stuff. We're going to pull off back-to-back shutouts. Will we see a shot? We will make one more save. And we've done it. The first time in the career, we have made back-to-back shutouts. We haven't given up a goal in, I believe, 6 periods. Definitely a guaranteed 6 periods without being scored on. This is impressive. What a run we're on. My kids are going to be telling stories to my grandkids about this game. My mojo is back, baby.
Very shagadelic, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this feels so good. I don't even know how to tell you. A's across the board, plus 57 in the line. Scored 24 saves on 24 shots. Haven't allowed a goal in who knows how long. I forgot the last goal that's even been scored on me, which is impressive. We have so much moxie right now in the goal crease. Is there any reason why you would start Alex Nedeljkovic ahead of me in the playoff games? I mean, there is no justifiable reason why we should not be the playoff starter. Coach LaBelle is trembling. He doesn't know what to do. He's like, I actually am going to have to start this kid in a playoff game. I'm going to have to do it. Hey, I just got a call from this casual clothing brand. They think your image fits their target audience. That's awesome. I love their shirts. Money talks and I'm all ears. You interested? Of course, but what do they want from me? They want you modeling the product. Well, hell yeah. You know I'm gonna look real sexy in those t-shirts. It's a large amount of cash plus more than enough product to fill your closets with. Well, I'm convinced. Let's do it. You know, just one modification. You know what I think they should do? They should put a giant donut graphic on the t-shirt. You get it? Max, you've been lights out these last few games. I don't know what this team would have done without these shutouts. I want you to keep it going. Well, I can do my best, coach. Ultimately, as long as we win, I'm going to leave the arena happy. I don't know where this team would be without me and my shutouts. We need you at your best if we want to be one of the best teams in the league. I'm always at my best, coach. You don't have any reason to doubt me. My play speaks for itself, and it certainly does. You know, Coach LaBelle, I should be sponsored by Krispy Kreme. Do you know why? Because I make amazing donuts.